While India has issued an advisory, the United States weeks ago shut shop in Kiev and moved to a safer location. And it's not just the United States. Several missions, several Western missions have shut shop in Kiev, even if it's a temporary measure. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, there is no treaty in terms of them having their troops stationed in Ukraine, but they do have an office, a liaison office, a records office. The NATO is helping train soldiers of Ukraine forces, but they too have moved out of Kiev and they're moving to safer locations in the west, very close to the Polish border, or relocated some of their staff back at the NATO headquarters in Brussels. I visited the American embassy, the Russian embassy, of course, they too are completely shuttered up, and a couple of other embassies. We bring you this report. We are currently at the Russian embassy in Kiev, Ukraine. It's shut, gates padlocked, and it's not just the gates that have been padlocked. Look at all the windows. They've been completely shuttered ever since Ukraine-Russia tensions spiked. The Russian embassy was closed down and all diplomats have moved out of here. Of course, there is a police presence and a massive police presence for the protection of the embassy at various intersections in this area. The Russian embassy is not the only embassy to have been shuttered down at this stage. The threat to Kiev is mounting, according to the US President Joe Biden. The American assessment is that the Russians will not just stay limited to border areas, but will target Kiev, and several embassies, including the American embassy, they've moved out of Kiev to safer areas, and in some instances, they've either reduced the number of their diplomatic staff or move them to safer locations, including in Poland. We are currently at the American embassy in Kiev, and this too is completely shut down and barricaded. The signboard outside says territory of the US embassy protected by Ukrainian law, Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, 1961. Of course, police personnel present and they film us as we film here at the embassy. But the fact remains, the US too, they've shut down their mission here. They're still in Ukraine. They've moved to a place called Lviv, which is closer to the Polish border. Whether it's NATO or Australia or certain other missions, they are moving to safer areas since Kiev, according to US President Joe Biden, will be targeted by the Russian forces. So all around this neighborhood, this is a neighborhood with a lot of residential complexes and apartments, children, families, they are out here. There's a big park just across the American embassy, and you see people exercising here, walking in that park. Still some snow in this area. However, tension in the air, especially with this apprehension that any violence or any conflict will not be restricted just to the border areas. Now, a company of soldiers of the Ukrainian army, before it heads to the border, it came to pay respect at the Independence Square at the Remembrance Day, pay respect to the fallen soldiers. We interacted with some of the soldiers, relatives, veterans and next of kin of soldiers of fallen wars in the past, and they say they will do everything that is required to protect Ukraine's borders. But like the Ukrainian president, even the people say this is not about Ukraine, this is about protecting Europe. Let's take a look at this report. Soldiers of the Ukrainian army at a Remembrance Day, they are coming and paying their respects to all the braves of Ukraine who've made the supreme sacrifice of their lives to protect Ukraine before they head to the borders. It is a ceremony, it is something that they've followed all along. It is like a ritual. Before they head to the borders, they pay their respects to their fallen braves and then go to the borders to protect their country. With cameraman Pawan Kumar in Kiev, Ukraine, Gaurav Sawant for India Today. So two sides of the story. There is tension in the air, but on weekends, people here, they actually let their hair down, they sing, they dance, and they actually dance away their tension, their pressure. They unwind to prepare for life in the future. Live for today, party tonight. Take a look. In Kiev, we're with a group of youngsters enjoying an evening out. With me are two college students. Kakwa Zabut.
Lana.
Lana.
Yana.
So what do you do? Are you students?
Yeah. Yes.
So are you enjoying an evening out? Are you studying? You're enjoying?
Yes.
Enjoying?
Enjoying. Yes.
And are you tense about the situation at the borders or no? All okay?
Okay.
All okay?
Yes. All okay.
All okay? Okay. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much.